Hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Bella and I go by the Bella Fix. In today's video, we are gonna have an outing with my parents. I've never really shown them on here. I know my page is lifestyle, motherhood, and self-care. And I feel like giving you guys a little bit of my lifestyle will also kind of show you how I've raised my children and why I raise my children the way they do. I do speak about my parents enough in my vlogs, so it just makes sense to kind of show them today. And today we are gonna take them to my favorite place, which is TraderJoes, and then we're gonna have lunch. And my family dynamic is interesting. I was raised in a two-parent household. We are a combination of blended children. All in all, I don't know how other people are, but with me, if you are my sibling, you're my sibling. And especially, I'm a firm believer that people who raise you and who are there with you throughout thick and thin are your family. So my biological mother has two daughters. I'm the youngest of that. My biological father has 5 children. I am the oldest of that side. And from them, I have a combination with them. I have 3 sisters and 2 brothers. And I'm like 6, like biologically. But they, they're separate. They've never really... You know what I'm saying? They're not an entity. My father has 7 children with me because obviously I'm the favorite, My father has 3 sons and 4 daughters, I being the youngest of the daughters. And I have technically, if it was a full picture, you are looking at, I have 6 sisters and 5 brothers. And with me, that makes 12. However, even though I have 6 sisters, I'm gonna be honest, I was raised with the boys. So I am my brother's keeper through and through. And I'm very, very close with the majority of my brothers. I have one younger brother who finally gave me a niece. And then I have an older brother where I have 5 nieces. So I am a titi, I am an auntie of 6 girls. One of my older brothers is currently expecting. I'm very happy for him. But if it's a girl, I don't have no nephews. So actually, no, I'm lying. Talking about the boys. It's too many people, y'all. It's too many people. One of my sisters on this side, one of my older sisters has 1 daughter. And then I have another sister who has 3 kids, and she has 2 boys and a girl. And the youngest of hers, I think, is 16 or 17. Again, we're all over the place. It's a blended family. So there's been a lot of people that are older, and I was raised with the blendedness. So it's so interesting. But I kind of say like they're my extended family because I wasn't raised with them in the same house. Like I'm raising my kids. My kids are all in the same house. All of my siblings were kind of in different places with their parents, etc. I was raised with my father and my mom in one household, and then I had constant living arrangements. Like I was constantly with my brothers. My youngest brother was always with me, and in adulthood we actually ended up living together for a little bit, which was amazing because I never had that time with him as a kid because he had his own mom and he would come on the weekends, every weekend, and in the summers and on vacations and things like that. But I was very, very close to him. And then when we got older, it just happened to be where he was able to move in with me, and that was a great experience because I was able to forge those bonds with my younger brother. I have an older brother who is 2 years older than the dynamic duo that I'm talking about. And that one is like, we were thick as thieves. He was the one that was very much raised with me. He lived in the house with me forever. His biological mother, unfortunately, she passed away very long time ago. May she rest in peace. But when that happened, he moved in with us, and my brother moved in with us when I was approximately 9 and he was like 11. Again, he's 2 years older than me, and we've lived together until we became adults. And he still is very close with the family. But by then, when he moved in with us, with my father and my mom, I was the only child in the house because my sister from my mother's side, she and I are like 9 years apart. So I was very much the baby, and she was already almost out of the house. So I was basically the only only child for a while. And then my brother came into the picture. Obviously, we still had my other baby brother who was always in and out. But so I was very much always with boys, if that makes sense. And then I'm very, very close to my other sibling, my other brothers, and they are in other states. So that is the dynamic of the family. I am basically the oldest daughter in the house. I'm also the youngest daughter. I'm the only daughter, kind of, basically. Like, my parents raised me from young, from my mom, from a baby until now I'm in my 30s. So my parents were very, very close. We kind of do all the things together. And yeah, they've been there. Like, my parents are gang, you know? My parents never missed a concert, a rehearsal, or just anything. Like, they were always very, very there. However, my parents are very old school, traditional, housewife, father, patriarchal family. I was raised in a very patriarchal, old school, traditional home where my mother made breakfast, lunch, and dinner at home, and my dad would be outside, you know, bringing the money and working and stuff like that. And then we would be home. We would be going to school and making sure we had good grades, and it was just very much a cookie cutter, very, very tight knit family, especially because my mother does not know English. So in this video, you will hear a lot of intermingling English and Spanish conversations because, again, my mom does not speak English. So how does that play out for me? In my family, I was raised with seeing a two-parent household. So for me, a two-parent household is ideal. It is very strong. My parents communicate nonstop. My father will call my mom 100 times a day if he can. And if he's not calling her, that's because she's right next to him. So their communication is very on key, on point. They have one, you know, joint account financial, like their all their finances, everything that they have, all of the things that they do is always together. And when they were raising me, they also did everything with me together. So I was not raised. My parents and I, we never really went on vacations. Whenever we did, we just went to Puerto Rico. And I'm not saying we just went, because some people never go on vacation, but my parents are from very low means, and we were just always together. We never did anything separate. If we were going to the movies, we went together as a family. Dinners were together as a family. My parents didn't really have date nights and things like that. It just wasn't something that was instilled in their relationship, but they were always together. They still are always together. I mean, you can't think of one without thinking of the other at this point. And that's how I was raised. So for me, family is the pillar of my life. Not only was I raised with heavy communication, but I was raised with, that's hubby. He's One second, y'all. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. I was raised with a lot of communication. I was raised with a very strong family dynamic, and I was raised with a lot of boys. So how does that play out in my life? Because I was raised with boys, I have a lot more of a thicker, stronger, like, my parents were like, I can't even explain it. If I have to say, I like to say that I am my father's favorite son. That's kind of the best way I could do it. I can play football, I can box, I can play all the different sports, I can fight outside in the streets, you know, back in the days in the 90s and 2000s, if you know, you know. I was very much rough. I was raised very, very rough. And I didn't find my soft girl bubble until in my, late 20s. So this is all very new to me. Having a vanity is very new to me. Getting myself ready and just being soft and feminine is extremely new to me. When I'm with my parents, I always kind of like fall into this world where I am still, their baby girl, but I'm also now a mom. And they play a huge role with my kids because they're always with me and my children. My parents come to my house every single day to see the kids. On the weekends, they don't take them every weekend, and they don't take them on, holidays and school vacations that often, but it's always a very present thing. If I cannot attend something for whatever reason, and it's always usually like one of my other kids has a doctor's appointment or something pops up with another child, my parents, no questions asked, will always drop anything they're doing to come and be with their grandkids or me. On TikTok, you will see this past season of this winter that just passed, I was extremely sick almost every single day for like 4 months. My mother would come to my home, drag me out of bed, and take me to the hospital. I'm not kidding. So I have a very tight-knit family, and I'm very excited to show you guys my parents. It's gonna be interesting. My dad is more of an outspoken social butterfly. My mom is more chill and calm, and that is my green-eyed beauty. My mom she is considered a haba, or what some people would call a mulatto. We are Puerto Rican by birthright. I was born in Puerto Rico. My parents are Puerto Rican, but there is a lot of African American lineage in my family, a lot of African blood in my family, and you can see that kind of in my mom. Not as much as before because she cut her hair. Now my mom, she rocks a baldy. She's a baldy baddie, but my mom has type C hair. She has, 4C type C hair. She has very big, pronounced features, but she's very fair. She's very light like me, but she also has green eyes. So it's interesting to see her because in her youth, and I'm going to display a picture of her, she was very much this mixed blend of beauty. So I love that. Also, my entire family is dark skinned. My entire family is basically African American, black, with a lot of heavy Puerto Rican influence. I was one of the first people that came out, and I was like, I'm light, I'm here I am. And my mom, out of all of her siblings, and she has like 16. So I technically have like 16 aunts and uncles. They're all very dark skinned, 4C, melanated African queens and kings. And my mom is this green-eyed lady. Like, it's so funny. But you'll see her. She wears glasses now, bald, her green eyes. I like to play with her skin because she's getting wrinkly. And I think it's a blessing to see people age in old age. I hope I get many more years with both of my parents. And it's just going to be interesting to show you guys the lifestyle. Seeing me as a mom always every week. But now you guys are going to kind of see me as a daughter. I hope you enjoy. Okay, my parents just called. They said they're here, and I'm assuming we're gonna go in both cars because I live in New York City and there's no alternate side parking suspended. So we're gonna have to drive in both cars. We'll see. Okay, we are definitely going in two separate vehicles. It's easier this way because, again, it's Friday, but kids are still in school, and should anything happen, one of us has to run and get a kid, we can do that, and we're not like all over the place. So they are behind me, and we're gonna get there in about 15 to 20 minutes. I believe we're gonna probably stop at Nana's first. It's an Asian restaurant that has a lunch special, 3 items for $30. That is 100% perfection. Okay, so we're gonna stop at Nana's first and eat, and then we're gonna go to TraderJoes, and I need some stuff from Sephora, so I'm dragging my father to Sephora, and my mom is obviously coming with because she's gonna go in there and be like, I want some perfume. So it's gonna be a nice little day, and then I'm just gonna head back. I'll probably stay out a little longer, but who knows? We'll see. I'm gonna go listen to my books right now, so I will talk to you guys later. All right, we have arrived. Both cars are parked. Gotta put my jacket on because it's definitely a little chilly. And they've never been here to this area, so it's gonna be interesting because they're gonna talk to me about the drive here. And honestly, I'm here so much, I don't even feel it anymore. But the first time I ever came down this way, it definitely felt like a little trip. However, now I take the trip and I listen to my books. I listen to Audibles on Ever And. They were able to park right in front of the restaurant, so that's gonna be good. No estaba lejos. ¿Ah? Que no estaba lejos, muchacho, parecerá que lo estás escondiendo. No estaba lejos. Say hello. Okay, Daddy, did you like it?
Yeah, I like it, you know. Better than the Bronx.
Better than the Bronx, I can't. Okay, Trader Joe's. Okay, so we're leaving Sephora. We had lunch, then we just came to Sephora, and we are leaving now. She's saying thank you because she got a perfume. Okay, we are done with our day. Nana's lunch at Nana's was amazing. The budget, there wasn't really a budget, but I spent less than $100 there for 3 people on the lunch menu, and you can pick 3 things for $28. So that was great. It brings a lot of food. We had signature bao buns, chicken lo mein, vegetable fried rice, egg drop soup. We had some soda with it, and then we also had some beef lo mein soup. I forgot what it was called, but we had that as well, and everything was perfection. Then we ended up going to Trader Joe's, and I couldn't really record inside of Trader Joe's because a situation had came about, which was my first time ever, and I felt so embarrassed because my parents have never gone to Trader Joe's. And it was like, for them to go to Trader Joe's that day, today with me, and then like an argument happened, I was like baffled. But it is what it is, you know. It wasn't with us, and it cleared out within like less than a minute. And to kind of clear all the nerves and just get everybody in good spirits, we went to Sephora. Yeah, we went to Sephora. I purchased a few things that I needed to replenish, and then I got some red lip stain. I have not worn my lips in red in a very long time, so we're gonna get back into that a little bit. And my mom wanted a perfume, so we got her perfume. So now we're on our way back home. I may stop at Rainbow because I have to change out some sizes for myself, but other than that, that's it. It's almost time to pick up the kids. I had a good day. It's been a while since I've just taken my parents out and had some time with them, so it was fun. It was fun. I hope you guys got to see a little bit of that interaction with them. My father's definitely more of a character. My mom is more chill and laid back. But again, there is a language barrier there. Like I said, my mother does not speak English, but that's it. That's a day in the life of this girl. You know, I am a mom, but I'm also a daughter. And sometimes it's good to connect back with the parents and do things with them because you never know how many chances you have. And I'm not trying to sound morbid, but you just really never know. And I appreciate and love my parents dearly. So every chance I get to spend some time with them, because we do not live together. You know, I am a grown woman with a husband and children. So whenever I get a chance to be with them, I do. And I can. And I love that I have the privilege to still be able to spend time with them. And they are a pillar within themselves because they do have a very good marriage. And I love that. If you resonated with anything in this video, please do not feel obliged, but it would mean the world to me if you can like, share, and subscribe. Comment. I love to engage with you guys. I love to hear your thoughts about everything and anything. I will link the items below. I do not get anything for them, but I'm not gonna gatekeep ever, okay? So enjoy, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.